Hey everybody, this is Rob, and last month, around Halloween, I was doing reviews for the 3-disc Hollywood Legends of Horror collection. I got through the first 2 discs before Halloween, but I think it's fair to get through the whole box set. So the third and final disc that I'm going to review today contains 2 films from Warner Brothers. The films are Dr. X from 1932 and The Return of Dr. X from 1939. Dr. X is about a scientist called Dr. Xavier who is called into an investigation where victims were cannibalized. The police are convinced that one of Xavier's fellow scientists is the killer, but he wants to conduct his own investigation without police interference. And meanwhile, a nosy reporter is trying to get a scoop on the story, and a disfigured killer is stalking Dr. Xavier and his scientists. Now, the film Dr. X was shot in early color, and the DVD uses what is believed to be the only color print in existence. So it has some lines and some specs, and about 9 minutes into the film there was a jump cut. Dr. X is more of a mystery than a horror picture, and it is a pre-code picture, meaning that it was made before the film censorship really took over. So you see cannibalism here, and there is a scene where the reporter is phoning his editor in a whorehouse, and some sexual innuendos. And it was kind of unusual to see the killer using cannibalism on the victims. I've kind of seen this on recent crime TV shows, but it kind of surprised me to see this in a 1930s film. But despite all that, I really didn't find the film to be engaging. The film moves slowly, especially at the beginning, and I didn't really feel drawn into the story. And often in mysteries, the suspects have a motive to why they might have committed the crime. But none of the characters really have one. I mean, we have a reason to be suspicious because of their backgrounds, but there's really no motive. And because Dr. X was based off of a play, the film can be talky from time to time. I mean, the characters for the most part were good, but I think people will find the wisecracking reporter annoying because he tries too hard to be funny and he makes jokes just to make them. Although these types of characters were common in films from this period. Right away, the viewer will be able to see that mostly stage actors were used because at the time studios were importing actors from the stage to Hollywood when sound came in, and it would just be a few more years before the acting was kind of toned down and created what we have today. Dr. Xavier is played by Lionel Atwill, who was the Vincent Price of the 1930s, and Fay Wray before doing the King Kong film in 1933. And these two were probably the standouts in the film for me. Everyone else was alright, but I found the actors playing the maid to be kind of amateurish. There was an attempt to create shadowy photography and color, and it is very effective. Dr. X, it's a decent picture, but the following year, 1933, Lionel Atwill, Fay Wray, and the director of Dr. X, Michael Curtiz, went on to make another color film called Mystery of the Wax Museum, which I think is a much better film. It has better scares, a more involving story, and the comic relief is better. And on top of that, the reporter in that film is played by a woman, Glenda Farrell, who I found entertaining. I would probably recommend Mystery of the Wax Museum a little bit more than Dr. X. The second film on the DVD is The Return of Dr. X. This film, despite the title, is not really a sequel to Dr. X. Strangely, the film stars, get this, Humphrey Bogart. The same Humphrey Bogart from Casablanca and The Maltese Falcon, The Big Sleep, and To Have and Have Not. And this is his only horror role, and for years he talked about how bad this movie was. Up to this point he had been cast as a gangster in pictures, and occasionally he was given different parts to do, but there was a rumor that I heard that he got this part in the film because he refused another part and was given this film as a punishment. The film follows a reporter who finds an actress that he thought was dead come back to life. After he consults his doctor friend, the doctor then consults a surgeon friend named Flegg, who has an unusual-looking assistant named Kane, played by Bogart, who has a deathly white skin and has a white streak in his hair. So could he be involved in this strange situation? Okay. The trailer for Return of Dr. X describes this film as important, exciting, and different. And the reasons why I think that is because of what I just mentioned, that it's probably because Bogart was doing a horror picture. Return has the best print in the collection. It's clean, has very little lines, and very little dirt specks, and like the other horror films, has dark humor. And in a way, this film can kind of be seen as a remake of Dr. X with Lionel Atwill because it has a wisecracking reporter trying to get a scoop on murders, it mixes the scares with laughter, and something bigger is going on than the characters realize. Wayne Morris as the reporter I found to be more annoying than Lee Tracy from Dr. X, and because this is a cheap B picture from Warner Brothers, it has really no big name actors in it, but adequate character actors in the lead parts, and first-time director Vincent Sherman makes the movie effective with what little he has. He would also go on to have a better career in the 1940s. But this film uses standing sets that I recognize from other films, and it does have some nice photography and an effective musical score. And Bogart is chilling in this part, but I kind of think he was better as gangsters or detectives because he's just not really good as horror icons like Bela Lugosi, Boris Karloff. But, I mean, he pulls it off fine, but I think his character also has some memorable characteristics like that white streak in his hair and his facial expressions like he's hiding something. He brings, those little touches to the character of Kane that I think that the rest of the cast really didn't. Rosemary Lane as the love interest really has nothing to do in this film. She just seems to be going along for the ride. The film has some good camera angles, like the low shots looking up at the actors during the last act. It was also at that point that the movie turned from a quickie B picture to a horror picture when it goes into some territory similar to Frankenstein. The ending includes a shootout that seems like it belongs more in a gangster picture than in a horror picture. Return of Dr. X has its moments, but I think it's just an alright little time waster. So that's my review for the last disc of the Hollywood Legends of Horror collection, Dr. X and Return of Dr. X. So feel free to leave any comments of it, and I hope you enjoyed this video.